Do you want to make any of these cuffs yet you're a beginner and don't know where to start? If you said yes to any of those, this is the video for you. Alright, here's the materials you are going to need. I did a voiceover for this part because I sounded horrible in the clip. So first you're going to need a primary color. You're going to use the majority of this color. So get a lot of those. Then you have your secondary color. I'm using black here. Then you are going to need some string. If I will just pick it up. Yep, there we go. There's some string. You're going to need scissors. Make sure you are safe with these. Yeah, and if you want, you can use a Kandi needle. It's a plastic sewing needle. You can find them at like Michael's, Amazon, whatever. Just, it's not required, it's optional, but it makes it a lot easier to make. Alright, we're going to start off by making a single using a very specific pattern. We are going to have two of our main color. Can you point at them? Yep, two of our main color and then one of our secondary color. And you're going to repeat that pattern for as many times how big your wrist is. However, you have to make sure that your single ends up being a multiple of 3. Otherwise, this is not going to work. So like 27, 30, 33, 36, whatever, that's what you need. And to make this easier, you might want to follow the pattern I am using in this video. It's what most people use, and it's just a lot easier to follow. Also, I did not state earlier, but I'm going to put on the screen how many you will need of each bead for this type of cuff, the 1-layer X-base cuff. I am now going to show you how to put your string onto the plastic needle. Again, this step is not required. This is only if you have a plastic needle. So what you're going to do, you're going to try to put your string through that hole in the needle. I struggle with this part in this clip. I usually don't struggle with it. So, yep, there we go, just like that. Then you're going to make a little loop-de-loop. And once I do that, you put the string through that loop-de-loop. And then you tie it. And by that, I just mean pull the strings. And then you're just going to do that one more time so it's nice and secure. And that is how you put your string onto the needle. Wow, look at that. You're good to go and to start making your Kandi. We're gonna start putting our beads on our needle. And by doing this, it makes it a lot easier to put it on the string. Again, if you're not using a needle, ignore me. So we're going to get our 2 of our primary color, put those on the needle or the string, whatever. And then our secondary color, 1 of those, put it on the string. Wow! And you are literally just going to repeat this for how many times you want. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna speed it up so you don't get bored. So we put all the beads on the string. I miscounted with the clear beads, so ignore that. Now before you tie it, if you have a needle, don't tie it yet. If you have a plastic or normal string, tie it. Alright? Just make sure you have a short end. If you have a needle and you're tying it, don't tie it yet. What you're going to do, you're going to go to the end of the string to where there is no needle. You're going to put all those beads down the string to that short end, the one without the needle, and you're gonna drop that and you're going to tie it here. Now I'm going to show you how to tie your Kandi if you don't know how. If you already know how, skip this step. It's up to you. Now you're going to get your 2 ends and you're going to make an X. Put this one around, there's a full circle. Bam! Look at that, awesome. Now you're going to do it again, but tighter to secure it. And you're going to do it again for secure knot. I like to do it 4 times. You don't have to. I'm going to.
because I'm scared. And that's how you do it. Whoa! Awesome! Okay, let's get to the next step. Oh yeah, before we get to our next step, we need to cut this short end off because we just don't need it. So grab that and just make sure you're not like actually cutting the knot though. So snip. There we go. And if you want to hide that knot so it's not so obvious, grab your string and put it through like a crap ton of beads and make it stick out of one of these secondary colored beads, because that's important. And literally just pull it through until like, yeah, you can't see the knot. And that's how you hide your knot and get rid of that short end. Now we're going on to the next step. Now you're going to grab the same amount of beads as before to make this. So like 2 of these, 1 of those, so 3 times whatever, same amount. But the pattern's gonna be different. So we're going to have our 2 primary colored beads right there, but inside is that. I know, crazy. So we're gonna grab this, and we want to make sure our string is in fact poking out of this little secondary color bead right there. Whoa, stop getting so close. So what we're gonna do, we're going to put on the string like main, no, not that, ignore me, okay, main, secondary, main, like that. Whoa. And then you're going to put it through the next secondary bead. Right? You're not going to put it through any of your primary color beads, because then you'll mess up and it'll look stupid. And then you'll be really mad at yourself because you're like, oh no, I messed up and now I have to go all the way back. But you don't want to cut your cuff. So you're just gonna, tie your string through the rest of the beads. You're so mad. So, yep, and it's gonna look like this. Look at that. Wow, that's so awesome. So, and you're just gonna do that all over the cuff. I'm going to, again, show you a few more. I'm gonna show you a few more, actually. Why is this? Okay, I'm gonna show you a few more. And then I'm gonna speed it up, because that gets boring after a while. So a few more for reassurance that you know what you're doing. Again, main bead, secondary bead, get on there, and another primary bead. Put that right here through the next, not another, specifically the next secondary bead. Tie that. Okay, make sure it actually goes through. Yup! Look at that. Awesome. Wow. Can you believe it? Okay. Yeah. Again, one more time before I speed up the process and stuff. Let's do it from this angle. So, one of those, main, the secondary, and main. And then do the next secondary on the single. Oh my god, look at that. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up now so that y'all don't get bored as hell. Okay, so now we're at the point that you are on your last one and you're like, what do I do here? You're so confused and you're like, oh my god, how do we finish the X? Because this is obviously not an X. So you're gonna put your beads on your string. Oh, get on there, buddy. And, right, you have your beads. And you're going to do the same thing, right? You're going to put it through our secondary bead. Get in there! Get it! Okay. You're going to put it through, but then you're also going to put the string through this bead, the first bead we put on this layer, and then the secondary bead. Yep, like that. Awesome. Cool. And now we are ready to start the next layer. Also, make sure you're pulling tight on this, because you want it to be nice. Unless you want it to be loose, but not too loose. Don't make it too loose, otherwise it's gonna look ugly. Like this. This was my first X-Face cup. I'm gonna look really stupid if I still don't have a photo of it. So, okay, yeah. Now we're going to do the next layer, and that'll be the second to last layer we do. Okay, got my beads, and just an FYI, this is the last row we're going to use our secondary color beads for. So, same pattern as this layer right here, the one we just did. We're going to do a main, a secondary, and a main. Yep, it's the same thing, right? Wrong. Instead of putting it through the secondary bead on the bottom, we're going to put it on the one higher up. So you're going to do main, secondary, main, good secondary. This is the good secondary. That's the one you want to put it through. So you're just going to do that. Yep, look at that. And now you can see there is 4 out of the 5 beads needed for our X. I'm going to do another one so that you can see what the X will actually look like. So main, secondary, main. And again, main, bad secondary, main, good secondary. Yep, the awesome secondary. That's what we want. And look at that. Look at that X right there. It looks stupid right now, but that's what you want. So I'll do one more with you. Since we are at the point of the layer where there's literally only one thing left, there's no need to speed back up. I'm going to show you what to do. Also, you see how I'm very low on string? That's fine, because A, we're almost done, and B, I have it pretty loose right now. So we're gonna have our beads, right? And we're gonna do the same thing we did at the beginning. Also, I'm gonna pull this a little tight, just because I don't want to run out of string and embarrass myself. We're gonna put it again, secondary. No, that's the primary, bad secondary, primary, good secondary. And then we're going to again put it through those first 2 beads that we did that layer. So the secondary, and then that's okay, the main and the secondary. Cool, awesome, pull it through. And that will be the final layer in a 1XX cup. Well, no, that'll be the final X layer, right? That's not the final layer. Now we're on the final layer, but in a 1XX cuff. Okay, 1XX cuff, that's the final X layer. Now we're going to work on the top. I will get back to that. Okay, you're going to get the same amount of beads as before, except no more secondaries. Yep, that's right. No more secondaries, so no more of these black beads. Instead, we are going to just only have the primary. So I keep switching between primary and main. I'm referring to the same thing, just so you know. So what you're gonna do, you're going to get two of these main primary beads. You're going to put them on, and again, main, bad secondary, main, good secondary. You're gonna put it through the good secondary, right there. Look at that. And you see how it does that? You'll see it better in a second. But you can see it's okay. It's mimicking the bottom of the cuff. Oh my god. And it's making it symmetrical and good looking. So again, main, bad secondary, main, good secondary. Look at that. Awesome. You see that? You'll see better at the end, but I'm gonna do one more. Main, secondary, main, good secondary. Put it through. And and I'm going to speed this up to the point where I get here, and I'll show you what to do from there. All right, we're at the final two things. We're at the final two beats, right? So same thing. Put the beads on the string. Do the counting. Main, secondary, main, bad, good second. This is a good one, right? You want to put it, do the good one, and wow, look at that. But you're not done yet because you still gotta tie it. But just take a second to admire your piece. Awesome. Now what you're gonna do, you are going to take this string, and you see where it's coming out of this bead right here? This is why I'm using clear string, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Put it, okay, let me make it focus. Put it under this string. Okay, this is really hard to show. Put it under this string right here. Sorry about that. Right there. And so it makes that loop. And can this stop getting stuck? Okay. And put the string through the loop and tie it tight. Yep. There we go. Look at that. And you're just going to do that again. One more is required. So again, through that string right there, ignore this. Yeah. So you're gonna want that. Can you show? Yep, like that. And through the loop. Oh, yep. Okay. Did I do it weird? I did a little weird, but who cares? Pretend I didn't. You won't even notice. So, yep, just like that. And oh, there we go. Triple, and now I'm going to do my securing fourth knot right here because I'm scared of doing triple knots. I do my quadruple knots. Look at that. Wow, you're still not done. What do you mean I'm not done? You just got to cut this off. You're pretty much done. You just got to make sure this isn't there. So, bam. Look at that. Amazing. Get out of here. Look at this. So awesome. We're going to do the same first, like, 3-4 steps that we did in the first cuff the same way. All right, we're gonna do the exact same thing. So what we're gonna do, again, the two main, get this hair out of here, the two main and then the primary, and we're going to do that as many times as you need to. Last time, the cuff I made before this was 11 of this, so it was 33 beads. I'm going to do 12 because the bigger you make your cuff, the more of these you're going to want to add. I do about 12 on like X's 2 to maybe 4 or 5 layers. However, it ranges. So if you 13, I must about 15. No, yeah, 15 is not 15 layers, that'd be insane. But yes, you're going to want to potentially use more beads around. So we're gonna put that on our string, and we're just going to do that. I'm gonna do it 11 more times. I'm going to speed it up. So yeah, let me do that. So I got all my beads on my string, and again, if you have a needle, you're going to want to put it at the end of the string. Not where the needle is, but the other end. So I'm just pulling that through and to the end. So get out of the way. And again, I know a lot of people don't like to tie their needle on until after they tied their single, but I couldn't care less. I think that this is actually a lot less time consuming. So again, we're going to knot it the same way we did last time. And okay. Once you've tied your single, you're going to cut off the short end. So, oh my god, this string hates me so bad. I had to cut out a crap ton of footage because the string was being like stupid. Okay, there. Okay, now we're going to hide our knot. Again, you don't have to if you really don't care, but we are going to. And again, we want it to come out of a secondary bead. So just shove it through a bunch of needles until it comes out of our secondary bead right here. Yep, just on through. And by the way, when you have more string, it is more likely to be your enemy. Your string is going to hate you, and it's going to knot up on you, it's going to tangle itself, it's going to do everything you want it to not do. So just a warning, don't get mad at it like I do, because it's not going to do anything better for you. All right, now we're going to do our second layer. I'm probably going to cut out my process instead of speeding it up, just to, you know, move things along. But you're practically just doing this and then the other layer, same way we did last time. So again, you're going to get 2 of these, and you're also going to get a secondary. You're going to put the, oh my god, get in my hand. You're going to put the secondary on after your first main, and you're going to put the main on like this. And again, through the next secondary. Like that. Wow! Look at that. Let me do it one more time just in case y'all forgot. Okay. Main, secondary, main. And again, through the next bead. Awesome. And I'm gonna do this all around, and I'll get back to you when I'm on the next layer. Alright, final part of the second layer, aka the first X layer, whatever you want to call it. Again, we're going to do main, secondary, main, get on there, cool, awesome. And again, put it through the first one, up, these 3 right here, pull it through. Okay, this is annoying. Yep, awesome, cool. And that will be what you have. Awesome sauce. And again, same thing that we did last time. We are just going to, again, get 2 of these beads and 1 of those secondary, same pattern. And again with the whole good main, no, main, bad secondary, main, good secondary. Yep, just like that. And we're going to put it through that good secondary. Yep, awesome. Can this go any slower? Okay, cool. Now, again, all the way around. I'm gonna do 1 more just so that y'all are like, you know, good to go. That pattern right there, main, secondary, main, are going to go to the good secondary. Y'all already know how to count to the good secondary, I hope. Yep. And there we go. We're going to do that all around. I'm going to get to here, and then I'm going to show you what to do, because we don't do what we did last time. Now we are at the dreaded part where you're like, oh no, we have to do something new. So once you get to that part, we're going to again do the thingy where you put the beads on the string, or main, secondary, main, and just like before, we're going to go up to the good secondary and go through these 2, right? Now last time when we did this, we then added our border. Can you take a guess on what we're going to do now instead of our border? You guessed it, the exact same thing we've been doing! Woo! Yep, so you're literally, again, you're going to get to that point, and our beloved main, secondary, main, yep, and you're literally gonna do that again, all the way around, yep, just like that. And you're going to do that, and you see how it go, and you see how it's forming that second X. That is what you want. And you're again all the way around, and you can never guess what we're going to do after we do this all the way around again. It might shock you. It just might shock you. Spoiler alert, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. So, yep. Again, I'm gonna pause, go all the way around. You pretty much know what to do at this point. Alright, second to last row, or third to last, I guess. Again, you know what to do. You're going to do this. Our good secondary, up 2 from that row, and yep. Whoa. Wow. So, yep, you can see that. Now we have an X and half an X. We are going to complete that half X by, you guessed it, main, secondary, main. Again. Now, you do that twice. for every X you want. So you have our single, and you do main, primary, main, primary, main, for however many X's you need. However, you don't just do an odd number. If you do 7, you're gonna get 3.5 X's. See, that's gonna look stupid, all right? You want, oh, and by the way, these will be uneven. You don't want that. So yeah, make sure you have an even amount of rows that you do, if that makes sense. So again, we're at the top. Our main, oh, what is you doing here? All right, we'll use you, I guess. Main, secondary, main, and again, our final row, technically, before the barrier, we're gonna put it through that good secondary bead all the way around. Yep, oh yes, that's what I meant to do. I got scared thinking that we were on the border, but we're not, so, yep, just keep doing what you're doing, and yep. So again, this all the way around, you see how we have 2 X's. Whoa, so awesome, so cool, so amazing. I'm so proud of you. Good job, you made it this far. You can make it even farther now by doing the X as many times as you want. You can literally make it like 27 X's high for all I care. That's probably gonna be the length of your whole arm. But you know, it's totally up to you. I'm wasting y'all's time. I'm gonna cut this. All right. Final one. I know you were so happy about this. Finally ready to be done with this stupid X cuff. You probably don't actually feel that way. You're probably really proud of yourself, which good for you. You need to be proud of yourself, especially if this is your first time doing this. Be proud. Again, with the main, secondary, main, you will get tired of hearing that after watching this video. You will hear the word main in public and you will tweak out. So here, again, all the way through here. Oh, go through. Cool, awesome. And now we're going to do our beloved border. Yep. I will do the first few and then cut, show you how to tie it off. So we're here, and then we're going to add 2 of our main color right here, and we're just going to put it through the good secondary once again. Look at that. Look it out. Can you look good for the camera, please? Yeah. So awesome. I know. Again, with that. Whoa. Look at that. Please. Okay. Wow. You probably don't even know what to look at. If you don't, I am sorry. I'm just, okay. Yep. And you're here. All right, awesome. I'm going to cut instead of speed up because I don't know if I have enough beads on my desk. I'm gonna have to grab more. So BRB. Final one, once again. Look at that. You've come so far. Unless you're, you know, doing more than 2 X's, then I'm sorry. But by the time you're done with all your X's and you're on your final one, really again, put your 2 beads and put through the good secondary. You don't have to go all the way up this time, just because we're about to tie it off. And it's more hidden if you put it down here anyway. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. Cool. We're gonna tie it off now. So, like I did before. Oh, I know these aren't clear beads anymore, so it's gonna be a little harder to see. But if you do need a refresher, you can always scrabble back in the video. But again, you're just gonna go under these 2 beads right here. You want to make sure your string's actually like in those 2 beads, and you know, pull, go through a loop and pull, and bam, tight, nice and snug. And again, I'm going to do it about 3 more times because I'm paranoid that my candy will break otherwise. You don't need to do it that many times. Like I know the people that I watch do 3 times, and I'm like, why? Like, especially with their bigger candy, they only do it 3 times, and it makes me scared that their candy is going to break, when in reality, it probably won't. Okay, last one. I don't know if this is the 4th or 5th one because I kind of lost track. But you know, safe either way. All right, it's good either way. All right, and bam. And now you're going to cut that excess string off. I have enough excess string to make a single, which, cool, awesome. Cool. Bam. Look at that. Awesome. Look at that. Whoa. Before I begin, I'm letting you know in advance, I'm using 5 colors. You don't have to use 5. In fact, you can use 3 if you're doing the striped ones. Or just 2 even. You can use 2. However, I am doing 5 for visual learning. It's going to be a lot harder to tell what I'm doing if you are still a little unsure on what you're doing, or if you have trouble seeing what I'm doing if I'm just using less colors. So I'm using a purple and a darker purple, a blue and a lighter blue, and a black to separate the colors. Let's start. Now our pattern here is going to look a little different for our single, however, it has the exact same concept. So we have a light bead, a dark bead, and a light bead. And then a light bead, a dark bead, and a light bead. You notice how the dark beads are 2 light beads apart. It is the exact same thing as a secondary bead being 2 main beads apart. Same concept, and you're just going to repeat this pattern. We're not using our separator beads yet. In fact, you will only need, depending on how many of these you're doing, you'll need like, what, 10? I'll need 10. So you're going to put this pattern on your string. However, it must be an even amount of numbers unless you want one of your stripes to be fatter than the other for some reason. So again, put them on your string and like that. Awesome. Look at that. That's what it's going to look like. And you're going to want to do that as many times as you want. I would do this, the 6 beads, I'd say about 5 or 4 more times. I'm doing it 4 more times for the sake of time, but you get the idea. So just put those on your string and I will be right back. All right, when you're done with that, your pattern should look something like this, with one of your first type of color on the end, the other type of color on the other end, meaning you did an even amount of numbers, which is what you need to do. Now we're going to tie this off like we did with all the other ones. Should be engraved into your brain at this point. Again, I'm going to do 4 knots just because I like it that way and I feel secure, just like the knot. So, all right, 4th one, cool. And then we're going to just snip at that without cutting the actual knot. Cool. And now we're going to hide it into one of the darker beads. So, and by that I mean we're going to run our string through until it comes out of a darker bead, if you want to hide your knot. So I'm just going to go through these until you come out of a dark bead, like that, or a middle bead if you're not using dark on the inside. What is this doing? Can you not do that? Pretty please. I apologize. All right, now we have hidden our knot, and what we are going to do now, you see how there's this one right here, secondary right here. Yes, awesome. That's what we want. We want these to go up as the same color. Same with this, same color. So in the middle here, you're like, what do we do? That's where this little separator bead comes into place. So first, we are going to add one of the lighter colors or one of the outer colors on this side. So in this case, it's light purple. Next, we're going to add a separating color. So unless you want your colors to merge and look kind of funny, one having more power than the other, you're going to add a different color. And now you're going to add an outer bead of the lighter color. And you're going to put it through that secondary bead right there. Look at that. It's going to look funny because the X's themselves are going to be the one with the separating color. However, you're still going to have those stripes. So we're going to do it again. Light of one color, the one on your side with the string. Separating color right there. And then another light from the other side on there through that darker color or middle color. And like that. See how it's kind of going upward like that? Let's do this about 2 more times before I, cut it or cut through the clip. Lighter on the side your string's coming out of, your separating bead, and then the lighter of the other side. You're gonna put it through that secondary bead. Is what I'm gonna call it from now on, just because it's easier. Look at that. One more time, just so that you know what you're doing. Light of the same side, separator, lights from the other side, and secondary bead. All right, cool. All right, now we are on the last part of this row. So you're going to do the same thing as, suspected. You're going to do light color of that side, separating light color of the other side. Put through, and oh my god, get out of the way. And what we did with the other 2 X cuffs, you're going to do that. Just pull it through, and so pull tight. Oh, okay. And this is what we'll have so far, if it'll cooperate. This is what we'll have so far. Awesome. 1 second, I need to grab a few beads. All right, got my beads. Now, what we're going to do once we are through that secondary color on the top, we're going to do the same thing, except, different. I know, stupid. So you're going to get 2 of the light beads from this color and the dark color from that color. So what I mean is right now we're on blue, so we're going to add a light blue bead, a dark blue bead, and another light blue bead. And we're going to put that through the separating color next to it. Look at that. Awesome. And same with the other color. Light of that, dark of that, light of that. Put it through the next separating bead. Maybe this one right here. Look at that. See how it's just stripes at this point? So 2 more times. Light, dark, light, separating bead, go through, and then again, light, dark, and light. I'm gonna go through that next separating bead, if my string will let me. There we go. Look at that. You're gonna do that all around until, again, you get to there. Alright, we're back here. Accidentally already put it on the needle, but that probably is more convenient time-wise. So again, we're going to put it through that secondary bead, and then we're going to go up 2 beads. Cool. Wow, look at that. Now for our border, well, if you're going to do more than 2 X's, or more than 1 X, you're just going to do those light from one color border thingy, light from the other color, and then the light, dark, light, as many times as you need to. It's the same thing. I'm only doing 1X for the sake of time, because this video is probably like 30 minutes by now. So now we're going to show you how to do the border for this, which is actually pretty easy. It's the same step as the light from one color separator, light from the other color, except without the separator. So you're going to have your light from one color, the one where your string's coming out of, your light from the other color, and you're going to put it through that secondary bead on the other color right there. And that's what that will look like that. If it will, yep, like that. And you're going to do that all around. So again, light from that and light from the other. And again, I'm so sorry about my autofocus. Through that secondary bead, pull through, and you're gonna get something that looks like this. And you're gonna keep doing that all around until, you know, you have finished. Took me a second to realize, but we are on the last one. So I'm going to grab these 2 right here, bam, bam, and put it through here, right there. Do that secondary bead on the bottom below it. Wow, look at that. Now we can tie it off. So again, just like we did with the other 2, we're just gonna put it here. Cut the string off once you're done tying, just like that. Bam, look at that. So we have made this one. We made our first X cuff right here, which, wow, so pretty. And we have also made a 2X X cuff. That is a lot of X cuffs. It really isn't. You're going to make a lot of these in your life. And you might hate it, you might love it, or a love-hate relationship with X cuffs. I have a love-hate relationship. I'm surprised I didn't make any mistakes where I had to go back and fix them in this video. I was scared that would happen, and I would have to edit it out or like fix it somehow, but I didn't. It's gonna happen to you. Alright, whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen at least once. So, yay! We did it!